Hello Bitcoin world, it's Brian here, the UK BitcoinMeister, back with yet another video in my series Bitcoin for Beginners. Today is Monday the 2nd of July 2018. Welcome to the channel, and if you're a newbie in the space, this is the channel for you. As always, my strong advice is to buy Bitcoin, store your Bitcoin on a Trezor or a hardware device. Delay gratification as it grows, don't spend it, it's a savings plan. Have a strong hand. Even more so now, the price of Bitcoin is down. That doesn't mean Bitcoin's falling apart. It simply means the price is down. And there's an old saying you'll get used to in the Bitcoin world, and that is buy the dip. So if you're going to invest into Bitcoin, do you want to invest when it's really, really high, or do you want to invest when it's really, really low? As always, please like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter at UK BitcoinMeister, on Steemit and DTube at Buzz27. Today I want to talk to you, or I want to try and give newbies a little bit of encouragement that Bitcoin isn't dead because of the price. It is simply, pulled back because if you think about it, in December 2017, when it hit £20,000, there was $20,000, I'm sorry, there was mass hysteria around Bitcoin, and everyone was buying. Well, as it went up through 16, 17, everyone was buying. The masses were buying Bitcoin. This is it. It's going to go to the moon. You're going to make an absolute fortune. Get into Bitcoin. And of course, people bought the top. And when you buy the top, of course, inevitably, it's going to pull back. It's going to crash back before it goes again, and it's crashed back. So what that tends to do is wheedle out the 80%ers that are just in it for the fast buck, that don't understand the fundamentals of Bitcoin, why it's so strong, the blockchain that it's built on top of, and why, if you want Bitcoin to give you that lifestyle going forward, you're going to need to deal with the highs and the lows. And just because there's a low, the media's going to get all over it. They're going to tell you it's a Ponzi scheme, it's a bubble, it's going to burst. But you know what? Here's a thought for you. At $6,000 circa as it is today at the start of July 2018, with all the highs, with all the crashes, I saw this on Twitter today, it is still doubled what it was this time last year. It is still 100% up on what it was this time last year. Now, I want you to do your own mathematical calculations. Imagine you take, say, I don't know, £1,000, okay? And you double it. That's 2. Then you double that, which is 4. You double that, 8, 16, 32. If all this did was doubled every year, imagine what that would look like in 10 years with all the highs and all the lows. And yet they say that, a lot of commentators have said that if you look at Bitcoin going back maybe 4, 5, 6 years, on average, it's growing at least 1% a day. Okay, now that's 360% a year, but forget that. Let's just say it just doubled. Yeah, so I'm just talking to those that are new into the space, that just because the price is down, it doesn't mean that Bitcoin's dead. The media will tell you it's dead, but those that understand, the 20%ers that understand the fundamentals, that learn, follow channels like mine, and a lot of the commentators that I recommend, of which you'll find their links below this video, I would watch their videos, I would follow them on Twitter, and they're the people that will always give you the correct news, the correct information on what's going on in the space. So what I wanted to do is try and underpin that for you by a couple of articles that I've got here on my computer from the UK. And the first one is headed up Barclays, and in the UK we've got Barclays Bank. Okay, Barclays explains the early opportunities for blockchain. TechWatch editor Emily McDade sat down with Barclays' Anthony Macy to find out how banks are adopting blockchain. Now I want you to think about that for a moment. Blockchain is the technology that Bitcoin runs on, okay? And Bitcoin is a decentralized blockchain, which means, and I've said this in lots of my videos, there is no weak point, there's no central point, there's no CEO, there are no offices, okay, which means nothing can control it, take it down, etc. So all the hype is on blockchain. But if you've got a centralized blockchain that Barclays are working off of, then that's going to have a central point of failure. You know, whilst blockchain technology is going to grow as we go forward, if that is something that's built with a central hub, like an office, a CEO, a group of people, it can be compromised. And I'll keep saying this, Bitcoin can't be compromised. I've got another one here. It says, heading, Barclays has 2 blockchain labs in London and is planning 45 experiments with the technology. Question, when I read the next bit, does that sound like this industry is dead? Does that sound like Bitcoin's going away? When you consider Bitcoin is the rock, everything is built off of the back of Bitcoin and it isn't going to go anywhere, I promise you. So when you read stuff like this and it just refers to blockchain, hey, listen, Bitcoin underpins all of that. Listen to this. Like pretty much every other major bank at the moment, yeah, Barclays is very interested in the potential of the blockchain, the technology that underpins Bitcoin. Does that sound like it's going to go away? No. So if you are in this and you want a future from it, you're going to have to start to follow channels like mine and the other guys that I've linked to below and get to understand that it's going to go through its highs, it's going to go through its lows, but ultimately over the long term, it is only going to get stronger and stronger as mass adoption comes. One more part I'll read from this. The Sunday Times reported this week that Barclays is planning to let charities accept Bitcoin later this year. There's enough evidence out there that should give you confidence and peace of mind that if you invest into Bitcoin, if you control your own private keys, if you get it off an exchange and you put it on to a hardware wallet like the Trezor that I highly recommend, and you hodl or hold on for dear life as we call it, if you hold it like a savings plan, I'll tell you now, you're not going to be disappointed. You really are not. I could go through loads of articles like this that underpin what we are saying, that it's going nowhere. What you have got to do is start to build your own external suit of armour around what all the naysayers are saying, what all the neg ferrets, as I call them, are saying. You know, now and again I have a chat with my brother a couple of years below me, and you know, he says, how's your Bitcoin going? I said, you know what, it's going, don't worry about it. He says, yeah, I read that bad news, or I heard that bad news on the news the other day. Like that is supposed to persuade me to not pursue this. I am not Bitcoin trading. I am not in some kind of Bitcoin Ponzi scheme, you know, where I'm gonna make money for getting other people to join, even though, you know, network marketing is the industry of my successful business I already have. There's a huge difference between network marketing and a Ponzi scheme, and a lot of these Bitcoin Ponzi schemes are just that, and they go to the wall and they run off with your money. So I don't do any of those things. I am a Bitcoin holder. I've bought it, I've stored it for the medium to long term, bearing in mind my age. So guys, please start to understand, follow the right commentators to build your own suit of armour against all that FUD, that fear, uncertainty and doubt that is out there in the big wide world, because that FUD will steal your Bitcoin from you if you let it. That is our show today guys. Thanks for watching. As always, again, please like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter at UK BitcoinMeister, DTube and Steam it at Buzz27. All the links relevant are below this. Have a strong hand, guys. Don't let them talk you out of your Bitcoin. Until next time, I'll catch you all soon. Have a fantastic Monday Bitcoin day. Cheers, guys.